and so that was really an honour to do that. And then it was very nerve-wracking because they took 2 of our episodes and they showed them at these big theatres. It was just like this big movie theatre, and I turned up and it was like Hollywood, and there was a red carpet and there were people taking my photograph, and I was being interviewed by Italian TV, and they all spoke Italian, so I had to have an interpreter. And then I went into this theatre and it was full of people, and they showed our two episodes, and because they speak Italian, it was all in subtitles. So it was really nerve-wracking. But they said people seemed to like it and laugh at the right times, which was really nice. And afterwards, people were really nice to me and came up and said they really enjoyed the show.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Well, I work with a group of people, so it's like we're a team. We're a team of people that work together all the time, and so we're writers and we're directors. And there's another person that I work with quite closely, who is the producer of the other producer of Amazing Extraordinary Friends. His name's Matt McPhail. So Matt and I, we work on lots of ideas. We have lots of ideas brewing, and we're developing ideas. And so in 5 years, what we'd love to be doing, is probably to be making movies, not television, but to move into the movie industry and make movies for overseas, not New Zealand movies, but for overseas markets as well, so we can get more money to make bigger movies. I think that's what we would like to do. And in fact, just last week, I started writing a movie script for a movie version of The Amazing Extraordinary Friends. That's what we would like to do.
What opportunities are there overseas for this type of work?
Well, more and more and more. For when I started in TV, or even in film, there wasn't a lot of opportunity for New Zealanders to say work overseas in the industry. But now, more and more and more, New Zealanders are getting a really good reputation in the different areas overseas. And a lot of movies are coming here and being made here, and a lot of American TV shows. So our crews are getting really skilled. So, and when shows like, have you watched Flight of the Conchords? Have you heard of them? Well, when people like Flight of the Conchords become successful, or Peter Jackson with Lord of the Rings, or even Lucy Lawless, how they came down here and they made Xena and Hercules, when she became famous overseas. So when that happens to a New Zealander or someone from this part of the world, then that really helps us all, because people start to, when you go to Hollywood, people don't look at you and go, where's New Zealand? What's that? And when I went to Italy last year, people knew who we were. They knew New Zealand, they knew the All Blacks, but they knew who we were. So that's real, and they knew New Zealand. Is quite good. We're quite good at making TV shows and movies. So as that happens, as more people, New Zealanders get successful, the more opportunities come up for us if we want to work in the film and TV industry, especially overseas. So yeah, there are increasing opportunities.
What tips and advice can you give to our students who are creative writers and talented artists?
The biggest tip, I think, is that you've got to stay true to yourself, and that's I think a lot of people say that too, writers and artists, but it's very, very, very true, and it's something that even to this day that I have to remind myself. You've got to just stay true to what you want to do and you want to believe in, and because that's your voice, and that's sometimes that can be really hard, but that's the big thing, just to remember why you're doing what you want to do. If you're a writer or an artist, or you've got to remind yourself about the things that make you happy when you do those things, because sometimes it's really hard to make a living there. So that's the big one, I think. Just remain true to your heart. The other thing is just to learn as much as you can. That's particularly say for writing. It's really important to read lots of books, I've found, and just get as much knowledge about lots of different things. And because in the end of the day, you always end up using those things in your writing. Like even my kids, my last year when my daughter was doing her last year of secondary school, she was doing, I think it was English, and she was saying, I know what, I'm never going to use this. And I said, well, I always use it. Everything I've learned or read, I end up using somewhere in writing a story or. So I think it's just important to have that broad base of knowledge.
And now for some quick fire questions.
Right.
What's the first thing that comes to mind? My amazing, extraordinary friends.
Fun.
Bravery.
Hero.
Chocolate.
Crunch chocolate.
Heroes.
Heroes. TV show, I think.
Captain X.
A character. You know, my favourite character.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Campbell. We appreciate your presence and the information you've shared with us.
You're welcome. It was fun. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Campbell, for giving up some of your time to come and chat with us. Your show was awesome and we're all big fans of your work. Well guys, our time is up for this week, but hey, don't be sad. We'll be back same time, same place next week. So until then, keep focused on your work and keep smiling. This has been Sharma for Schools Inc. Oh yeah.